Can't you tell how far in advance I've been recording my videos recently? That this is the first opportunity I've got to tell you about my FM20 discount code. It's like a week since I first announced it on Twitter. This is why you should follow me on Twitter. But just like last year, I do have a discount code for Football Manager 2020. The release date hasn't been announced yet, other than the fact it's going to be in November. But if you buy it through my affiliate link, which is down in the description to this video and every video forever, pretty much, not only are you supporting the channel because it is an affiliate link, so I get a nice little kickback from every one that people do on there, but you get it for the cheapest price I've been able to find anyway, and it's certainly much cheaper than what it currently is on Steam. As of right now, the 10% discount that you get for using my discount code, which is LOLLUJO, brings the price for FM20 into £29.69p. Obviously that could have changed by the time the video comes out because it's a 10% discount off of whatever their base price is on 2Game. But the link is down in the description. There's also a link for if you're outside of the EU as well. So if you want to use that link, you save some money, you support the channel, it's win-win for everybody. And let me know down in the comments if you have ordered through my link, because I would like to thumbs up that comment, because I do appreciate every single person who does it, because like I say, it's stuff like this that does make surviving the summer a little bit easier. I don't want to give you a full-on YouTuber sob story, but you've seen how low views have been over August. I kind of bank on the new game being successful both in terms of the channel, but also in terms of being able to do this, and it kind of then covers how low views are over the summer. So I do appreciate it. Thank you very much to everyone who's used my affiliate link so far, and those of you who go down and use it now. I won't mention it every day, but I'll probably be mentioning it a lot for a little while. Hello folks, and welcome to part 201 of It's Coming Home. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have our first two games of the new Premier League season, which is a home game against Manchester United and we're away against Fulham. If you didn't watch the transfer special all the way through to the end, you might have missed that we've already beaten Manchester United 3-0 this season in the Community Shield. Doesn't quite tell the whole story because it was very tight until Nick Wilson got sent off for United in the 75th minute. And then Candemill proceeded to tear Manchester United apart, which is why that's the only change from the team that started that game. Candemill comes in for Aleph at the back. How could he not, really, after the performance that he put in that game? And we're still missing a lot of players. Goff and Cerello still injured. We've got the bunch of players who are, presumably this is the Olympics. We've got a lot of players off at the Olympics and various places, but it's still a strong team and should be one that can beat Manchester United again, especially now we've got our top scorer back in the team, Candemill. So it's going to be Powell in goal, a back four of Candemill, Beron, Lee and Meyer, Zupancic and Cristiano in midfield, Diarra, Costa and Flager behind Thor up front. Let's get into the game and hopefully do to Manchester United what we've just done to them in yesterday's video, because certainly once the opportunity presented itself for us to batter them we did. I want to tell them to pick up where they left off, but apparently that's not an option. So I'll just tell them that I expect a win today. That has greened more of them than it's redded, so that's got to be a good thing. The second match in today's episode is top of the table clash, because Fulham are currently top of the league. So that'll be, I mean, we might not be. We might be about to lose to Manchester United, but I'd like to think we won't. Why is Nick Wilson on the pitch? Surely a red card in the Charity Shield comes with some kind of suspension. That means he shouldn't be playing in this game unless he's suspended for the next 3 Charity Shields, which basically means he never has to come back from his holidays a week early for the rest of his career, probably. But that's, I guess it was probably overturned, in which case we were very lucky to get the break that we did with him getting sent off. And the first half of this game has been very, very similar to the first half of that one. A very tight 0-0. I think we are two very closely matched teams, especially at the moment without Mira in there, without Cerello knocking around in the squad. We're not quite at full strength, and I think we do match up quite well against Manchester United, or I guess they match up quite well against us. But Thor bursting through finds Costa, and Costa should have just put us 1-0 up, because Thor set him up a chance on a plate, and he should have finished that off. You'll notice, again, if you didn't watch the Charity Shield, you'll notice we have had a slight bit of a tactical tweak for this season. We've switched up the striker to a complete forward, something people have been asking for about 3 seasons. But Thor played as a complete forward in the last game. He's playing there again today. He was starting to score a lot of goals as an advanced forward towards the end of last season. So it's not necessarily a long-term switch, but for now we're going with it. And we've also got a winger on each side because that's what Diarra and Flager are better at doing. I'm pretending we haven't just gone 1-0 down. It's a lovely goal for Manchester United. I don't think there's anything we could have done about it other than the fact that maybe Candemill could be closing down a little bit better at left back. Would that goal have gone in if Aleth had been on the pitch? We're bottom of the Premier League as it stands because we're one of the 2 lunchtime kickoffs. We've never been bottom of the Premier League in the history of the football club, I don't think. We need to sort this out. Cristiano gets the challenge in, but it actually turns into a perfect assist. And this has been quite the half-time team talk from Manchester United. They've come out for this second half and just battered us for 4 minutes and got 2 goals to show for it. And this is a bit of a problem. Cristiano, you think he's done really well there, but the defenders behind him just not alert to what was going on. And this is a very different story to what we had in the game we played against them just 6 days ago. And without Mira down on the bench, we don't necessarily have the option to really go for the jugular. And I guess Ben Young could come on, but is changing the striker really the answer? Thor is obviously a very good striker. They've cut our defence open again there, and Becker is going to be starting the next game because that is terrible from Powell. Utterly terrible. Having just beaten Manchester United 3-0 in the Charity Shield, we're now losing 3-0 at home on the first day of the season. And the first one was a great goal. The second one was a bit of bad luck. That third one, that was pathetic. And I don't like this. They've had 3 shots on target and scored 3 goals. The game is just coming for me again, and I don't understand why. What have I done to upset Football Manager? Is it because it's heard me talking about FM20 and FM19 is now sad that it's not getting the love it wants anymore? Right, we're going to change at the left-hand side of our pitch. All the goals have come down that side. Let's change it and see what... it's going to make no difference at all. Demand more. Aleth, forward to Young. Zupancic gets it back in midfield. Cristiano trying to get things moving as well. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Thor. But because Thor's now playing as a complete forward rather than an advanced forward, he wasn't there to make the run. I'm already falling out of love with this complete forward idea. I never liked it in the first place. This is your doing. You did this. We'd have won this game if we'd have done things my way. Oh... Right, Cristiano, he's had a good game in midfield, winning the ball back again, playing Thor in, and Thor does score his first goal of the season. Always knew that he would make a good complete forward. It's saying in the commentary at the bottom, is there any way back in for home? I suggest probably not, but you never know. If we get a little bit of momentum swinging our way, it's a lovely finish from Thor. If he plays as well as we know he can, there's always an opportunity. Costa is terrible today. But all of our reserve attacking midfielders are off at the Olympics. We could bring... we could do it. We could get Young up front. Stick Zupancic out on that side. That's something. Let's get Bogarski on. We're going to stick Young up alongside Thor as an advanced forward. We're going to stick Bogarski back there. Zupancic just there. And we're going to go attack him. Look, I'm making tactical changes. If only I'd have done this in the Champions League final. More than anything, I'm proving that it doesn't make a difference. Oh, watch it make a difference and I'll look like a silly goose. Flager now, charging down the right-hand side. We've got 10 minutes left and a goal here will make those 10 minutes very interesting. And what a goal it is. The cross from Flager, the nod down from Young, and the stunning finish from Thor. There's already a shout for this to be goal of the season because this was superb. Look at what having a strike partnership does. Young and Thor, they've played together as strikers for 5 minutes ever. And that was just brilliant, the way Young nodded that down for Thor. I loved seeing that. Right, let's give me something, anything. Push forward. Push forward. Oh, come on, the ball's at that end. There's 7 seconds left. Lee's won it back. Get the ball forward. Beron gets the ball forward. Thor nods it down to Flager, but we're offside. And I think that's probably it. If it hadn't been for Powell, we get a draw there. I think we were unlucky in the end. The second goal was a real piece of misfortune. The third goal was a freak. I think we've actually been the better team in that game. We're not going to go invincible, are we? We need to turn that form around immediately now against Fulham. It's quite nice when you have a disappointing close defeat against your nearest rivals on the first day, but then you're able to bring in two world superstars to try and make you feel a little bit better for the next match. Mira's back from the Olympics. Goff is sort of fit enough to play, but Flager's not been very good. I think Flager needs the competition to spark him into life, so Goff plays as well. And of course, Aleth comes back in at left back. He is my first choice left back for this season. Candemill was in on a whim because of how well he played. Hold on, there's one other change that needs to be made. Beckett needs to come in goal as well after what Powell did in that last game. We've also got Dramé back from the Olympics as well. Diarra, Flager dropping down to the bench. We don't have a centre back on a central midfielder on the bench. Who do we take up to? I don't think we need Flager, Young and Diarra all on the bench. It seems really harsh on Diarra because he did start the season really well, but Slomer is needed more on that bench, I think, because if we get an injury in central midfield, look at me. In this episode, I want you to write this down, remember it. It's taken me 201 episodes. I've made a tactical change in the middle of a match, and I've just picked my own bench I've obviously not gone and literally picked all of them individually, but I changed it to make it suitable. Right, we owe Fulham revenge, apparently. This doesn't feel right. Playing against a team that have beaten us the last time we played them. After the start of the season we've just had. Can't we just have an easy game, for goodness sake? They're knocking the ball around us as if we're not here. We might have to adjust this defence. Aleth is obviously one adjustment. Is Beron the right man to have alongside Lee these days? We've obviously got Hervé and Juranovic, who are both younger. And, Juranovic in particular, potentially better than Beron. Beron, I keep going back to because he's considered one of the best defenders in the world. He gets in Teams of the Year and gets nominated for awards and things, but maybe I should ignore that and just play Juranovic. Goff now, down the right-hand side, crosses for Thor, Mira's in the middle. It comes back to Goff, though, and Goff straight at the Fulham keeper. That was a big chance that I do feel like maybe Thor should have been aiming for Mira there, because he's the striker, and B, he was in a better position. He was completely central. He'd swapped over completely with Thor, and probably should have taken advantage of him being there. Mira plays it back to Aleth looking for Thor, and it's a poor pass, and Fulham get it back in midfield, but Zupancic is there to win the ball back. And now Mira coming down this left-hand side, plays it across to Goff. We've got a queue of players in the middle. Costa's one of them. There's Maya. Zupancic is there as well. Zupancic shoots. It's a lovely save from the Fulham keeper. Mira picks up the rebound now, so the move is still alive, and I think we've just won a penalty. We're going over to the little telly to decide. If this is given as a free kick, that's a nonsense. Mira was properly inside the area when he was fouled. Yes, he fell out of the area, but this is absolutely a penalty. And I'll be writing to the FA if this is given as a free kick. Come on, referee. You know what's right. Free kick. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Mayer to take, and it looked like he was shooting. Lee with the header ends up in their goalkeeper's called Luck. That might be a good goalkeeper to sign. Costa now plays it to Goff. We've been relentless with our pressure so far, and there is Mira with his first goal of the season, in his first appearance of the season as well. It's a lovely finish. We're 1-0 up. It's been coming. We absolutely deserve the goal. It should have been via a penalty minutes before, but this is still effectively all part of the same move. Fulham never really got it clear from the free kick, and Mira with a lovely finish took it off the toe. I think that's Costa there. No, Zupancic. Zupancic doesn't care. He's not in the team to score goals. He's in the team just to do all of the hard work in midfield to allow Cristiano to just be in there for the odd little tackle and a ball over the top. Zupancic does the running for most of this team, and he's very good at it, so he doesn't need to score goals. We're standing off Fulham a lot here, considering we are playing. I know it's a modified version of the Gegenpress these days, but I've not taken pressing off. Mira there. I don't know what they were trying to do. The pass back to their keeper was a nonsense, but I think in the circumstances the keeper gets away with handling it here. because it's obviously a goal scoring opportunity. It's a save, but he heads it just up in the air, and Mira's the first to react to it and scores his second of the game. And Mira's come back from the Olympics looking very sharp, which is a huge positive for us. Are we finally going to get the season where he shows us that, yeah, forget Ciriello, forget Diarra. The answer on that left-hand side is Mira as an inside forward, and he's going to become a superstar doing it, because that's what we all want. Mira's my boy. I want him to be the star man of this team. I want 25 goals from the left wing from him, with Thor scoring even more from the middle. That's my dream. That's where I think we might end up one day. But Diarra's definitely got other ideas. And Mira, what's he doing over there? He intercepts. I told you he came back from the Olympics looking sharp. He's won that back in the right back position, beaten his man, found Goff. The move's still going. It's Zupancic, and he scores. And if Mira stole a goal off of Zupancic for the first goal, he's just given him one back there. He doesn't get the assist, but goodness me, did he make that goal. That was superb. The little skip over the slide tackle to play it into the path of Goff, who of course is there as a man over because their left back is busy dealing with Mira charging down the right hand side. They're completely overloaded down that side. Goff has all the time in the world to find his man. And Zupancic, because he's doing all the running, is completely unmarked as he's drifted forward into the left wing position, which of course is a position that he can play in. So when he does get up into those positions, he's very effective when he's there as well. 3-0 up at half time. This is more like the home I was expecting to see this season. I'm enjoying myself now. Their fullbacks, less so. They're not as happy as we all were to see Mira and Goff back in the team. That's poor. Beckhardt does well to not concede a goal off the back of that, but it was his mistake that led to it. So we're definitely not home and dry with the goalkeeper search. Costa, that's just sloppy. He doesn't need to be making that tackle there. Really, Costa's the kind of player where I wouldn't be that upset if he never attempted a tackle again, because he never really does anything useful with him. Alif now with the cross looking for Thor. It ends up falling to Mira, who can't get it under control, and we've got a counter-attack for Fulham here, and there's a questionable tackle from Beron, but he gets away with it. And Fulham are going to be rightly a little bit upset about that, I think. But Mira finds Zupancic, doing all the running again, plays it out to Goff. Goff's got Mayer on the overlap. I think Goff probably is ready to come off. He wasn't fully fit for this game. Thor's in, though, and Thor should have scored, but their goalkeeper avoided getting hammered because he had a bit of luck. That's what you're here for. That's why you've pre-ordered FM20 using my discount code, because of that kind of comedy. That is worth supporting. You don't get that anywhere else on YouTube, that quality of comedy. Right, we're going to bring Flager on for Goff, because I think Goff has done his bit for today, and Flager, I feel like Flager has a point to prove after those first couple of games where he's not been particularly good. Mira now just trying to conjure something up again. It ends up with Costa in the middle. Thor's there, and there's his third of the season. And Fulham are absolutely all over the place. There's 2 or 3 home players who could have scored here. Thor, Costa, Flager, they all had opportunities, but Thor is the one who reacts first to some really sloppy goalkeeping. No luck there from their goalkeeper, and Thor does hammer it home. His reactions were like lightning. It's taken 2 seasons to start with this, but now I don't know if I can stop. Slomer comes on for Cristiano in midfield, who was on a yellow card, was tiring, was the lowest rating on the pitch. It's an easy substitution to make. Thor's in again, and really should have scored that time. Ridiculously, considering we're 4-0 up, their goalkeeper has had a good game. I think he's actually not done too badly. We could have been 7 or 8 up if it wasn't for him. I mean, look, we've had 5 clear-cut chances, 1 half chance, 17 shots on target. Their keeper has done well to keep this to 4. And it's a little bit harsh that the game never recognises things like that, and he doesn't get a rating to reflect just how well he's played, at least in the key highlights that we've seen. Beckhardt as well, looking like some safe hands at the back, having a good game of his own. Powell wants to watch his back. Because, well, watch his front probably, because I think Beckhardt's the man in possession now. Drame can come on for Costa for the last 10 minutes as we have our abundance of riches on the bench again. So many options. The likes of Mendes and Diarra not even getting on this bench. But I can never. Is it? It's not Bugovic, is it? I always want to call No, Bagarski. I need to learn his name. That's why he doesn't play often enough, because I can never remember which one he is. I don't know why that name is such a mental block for me. But all these top quality players not even making it onto the bench. Hervé, nowhere to be seen. Joksimovic. We've got a lot of good players now again, now that they're all back from their respective places. Cirillo, still not fit. So I think Mendes might still be at... How can Mendes still be at the Olympics but Dramé not? He must be back too. But I guess... I mean, you know I didn't pick the bench properly myself. So my assistant manager gave Dramé the nod over Mendes. I'm not going to argue. They're never both going to be on the bench. I need to be careful that they both get some bench time and some game time. But I can't have them both on the bench when we've got so many quality players in other positions. It just seems a little bit wasteful having two attacking midfielders on the bench. We've got the young English one as well. That's another absolutely ridiculous pass back from their right back, I think. Is that the one who did it in the first half? We did well there. I will allow us to celebrate. That was a good performance. And as ever at this stage, we know tomorrow's episode is going to be the Champions League, but we don't yet know who we're going to be playing. So I'll pick out whatever's going to be the most interesting Champions League game from the first couple, somewhere around here. And that will be tomorrow's video. So if you have enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.